Okay, I'm gonna name it as animations. .html. Okay, now here we'll try to talk animations. First, we will try to talk about transitions. Okay, transform, transition, and animation. Transition and animation. Okay. Next, first we'll try to take anything like any div. I'm gonna make it as div1. Okay. And I'll just copy this. Now what I'm gonna do, I'll try to write my CSS. Okay. For this, I'll try to like use some parent. Yeah, it's not necessary. I'll try to make it. What I'll do is div of first child. Okay. I gotta give some border of something like 10px. 10px solid red color. Okay. Now if you try to reload here, we'll try to execute this. Open in default viewer. Okay, we have all this, but if you try to check first child, okay, then I will make it as like something like 2. Instead, we'll give some height and width as well. Or else I'll give some padding of something like 20 pixels. Okay, we have this. And when it comes to this, what are all the things we are going to have in it? What are all the properties? Now what I'm going to do is transform. I'll make this for all the division so that it becomes common to everything. Div. Okay, I'll make this to all the common so that for all the divisions it is gonna come. And I'm gonna make something like margin and bottom around something like 10px. Okay, fine. Next, when it comes to first child, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write the properties. What is the property? Transform of, we have multiple things: transition, transform, animation. Okay, inside this transform again we have few things. Okay, transition and translate. 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 Okay, what is this translate is going to do? We are going to pass some properties over here, 200 or 300 something, some pixels. Okay, now try to save. Save. And if you reload, okay, what exactly is happening? I'll try to change the color for this also. Background color of light green color. Okay. Now what is happening? It's just working like positions, right? The same thing, like 0 is x-axis. From this angle. When it comes to 200 pixels, it is going to move from top of 200px. Okay. Now if I give 100 over here, 100 px and reload. From left, it is going to move 100 px. Now I gonna inspect it over here. See, I can increase it. Okay, it keeps moving from left. If I give negative, it's gonna move in opposite directions. Now this one, it is going to move from top and bottom. Okay, if I give negative values, it is going to move in the negative directions. Okay, it has gone to the top. That we call it as, what do you call, translate. Okay, next I'll just copy this, paste. Okay, background color light red color, and here transform, we have scale. Okay, and here we have translate. Translate in the sense it is going to move on the elements and left, right, and this sort of things. Now I have scale property. Okay, what is this scale is going to take? It is going to take, increase the size. Okay, 1.0 comma 1.5. Okay, but we have given to the first child. Now I'll make it as to the nth child of 2. Okay, light red, there is no light red color, and this has to be like background color of light blue. Save and reload. Okay, what is happening? This increasing its scale, right? I mean, if you see this div1 and this div, what is the difference you see? I'll make it as translate, and this one as scale. Okay, this is going to be the scale. Okay, when we are playing with scale, we should be very careful that we should play with only like points. Okay, because out of 100%, okay, if we give 10 10 also, think that if you have given 10, it is going to add 110%. Understood? This is going to be 100%, right? This is going to be 100% of it. Okay, if you give 10 over here, okay, it is a huge thing for it. Okay, again 10% it is going to increase. If I give 10, then it is concave. See how much it has increased. Okay, so when we are playing with scale, we should be careful and we should be conscious. We should be aware of what we are writing. So it should be like given in a very less minute points. See, for 1.5 also it is high. Okay, it is going to increase its height and width. Okay, according to the percentages. So 0.5. Okay, it's like half of it. Half of this 100%. 0.5 in the sense 1 is going to be 100%. 0.5 in the sense half. If you increase, like keep on increasing, it keeps on increasing. Okay, on x and y directions. If you try to see, this is going to be x, and this is going to be height. Okay. Next we have scale skew. Here we will try to talk about skew now. Okay. Now when it comes to skew, what are all the things we are going to have in skew? Control C, and I'm gonna paste it over here. Okay. Next, I'm gonna add it as 3. Light orange color. Okay. Here skew, SKEW. Okay, when it comes to skew, we are going to pass it in degrees. 10 degrees and 20 degrees. Okay, I'll just make this translate 1. Okay, for now, so that it is we can understand the other things better. Okay, save and reload. Okay, this translate also I'll make it as uh, something like 10, and this also as 20. Okay, so that it is also going to stay over there. I'll make it as 10 now. Okay, it will be staying out there, or else 0 and 0. So that let this stay over there. Now, when it comes to skew, what is this skew is going to do? Like, see,
Slack.
what's that?
Changing the image of slack, content of slack.
Yeah. How it is going to work in essence? If you are thinking that you are holding, it is going to like rotate in x-axis and both y-axis. Okay, think that you are holding your phone, okay, or else like your any card, playing card. Okay, it should be like if you rotate this way and this way, it is going to rotate in both directions. Okay, if you think that this is your card, okay, it is going to rotate in this and this as well. Okay, that is what this queue is all about. Now I'll try to show it. Inspect it. See, we have this mark over here, right? See, if you try to see over there, you can understand it. See, it is going to rotate in one direction. Okay, and the next value is going to rotate in this direction. Okay, now you understood how it is working. Okay, it is going to rotate in both the directions, this as well as this.
So what is the clockwise or anti-clockwise? It's clockwise or
This is going to be clockwise. See, if you try to check here, see, this is going to rotate in only this direction. It is not going to rotate. Okay, only this card flip is going to happen. Okay, when it comes to the second one, it is going to rotate.
anti-clockwise?
See, understood how this queue is working? Yeah, and we can also apply this on hover. We can do all sort of things. Give for this too, I can give it on hover, nth child of hover 3 hover, so that it is going to be by default this way. And see, if I hover on it, it is going to make some effect. Okay, next for the last one, we have rotate. This also we're going to take it in degrees. This is going to be, I'll just remove this forward, which is the syntax over here. What is syntax over here? Div of here, what is the syntax? Last child. Okay, background color orange I have given, and here rotate. Okay, simple. Transform, rotate. Okay, it is going to be in degrees and not percentages. I'll just check. We are writing the property. Okay, the property value is wrong. So 10%, it is going to be in, I'll make it as percentage. Okay, no change. Rotate, any spelling mistakes? 10 degree. Yeah, it is going to be like pass only one value. Okay, 10 degrees. It is also going to take in degrees. But when it comes to the difference between scale and rotate and skew is going to rotate in both the directions, both the axes, x and y. But when it comes to this rotate, it is going to work in only one. It is just going to rotate. Okay, it is not going to flip. Okay, from that particular position, it is going to rotate. Okay, for example, if you see here, now what is a rotate over here? Contact us is rotate. Okay, they have used rotate over here. I'll just show it here. See this 20 degrees. So is that flipping? No, it is not flipping. It is just rotating. Okay, from that particular position, it is going to just rotate. That's it. Okay, it is not going to flip. That is the difference between rotate and skew. Okay, now you understood. And this is one of the example of a rotate. Okay, see here, what are all the properties we are going to use? We are going to use multiple properties. We are going, what are all the things we need? We are using animations to this. We are going to use positions to it, because we need to make a position, we need to move the position, and it should move, I mean, it should be on the right. Okay, we are going to use positions, as well as we are going to use this translation properties. Okay, understood how it is happening? Next, we'll try to talk about translation. Transform. Now we'll try to talk about transition. Okay, what is the transition and what are all the things we are going to have inside it? We'll try to see. For this, what I'm going to do is I'll try to take something like another div. Oh, where it is externally closed. Okay, I have to close this. I'll just remove this div. Else I'll take this as section. Okay. Section. Now, in this transition, we have a few properties. Okay, if you know that properties, if you understand the properties, it becomes easier. Okay, now what are the things inside this transform? First one, translate, scale, skew, and rotate. Okay, next we'll be talking about section. Here, what are all the things we are going to do? We'll try to write outside in transition. Section. Section, we have this section over here. Now inside this section, what are all the things we are going to have? Okay, we'll try to check what are all the things we'll be adding. We'll try to add some border, something like 2px solid red. Okay, next, some height and width, something like 100px, width of something like we'll make it height. That's it. Width we don't want. Okay, we'll try to execute this. Okay, this is the thing. Or else I'll try to take this in a new file so that it will be clear. Okay, I'll remove all the files. Next, this as it is this one. Okay, I'll name it as transition. Okay, now I'm gonna save this. Save this as inside this CSS. Transition animation.html. Okay, here we'll try to save it solid, something like blue color. I will try to execute this. Open in default view. Here we have this. Now I'll try to increase the borders so that we can understand it. 10px. Okay, 10px solid, or I'm gonna give it as dashed blue. Okay, this is how it is going to be. Now, what are all the things we are going to write and how we are going to write? If you try to check, I'm gonna write background border color. I have already had like border color. Okay, fine. Then I'll try to add some padding around 20px. Okay. Now we'll try to start our animation properties. What are all the animation properties? Transition property. Okay, what is the transition property for border? We'll try to add. Okay, when it comes to this property, its value is also going to be an property name. Okay, which is a property name? Border. Okay, we are for this transition property, we are passing this border as its value. Okay, when the transition happen, we are making something over here. That is what we are looking for, right? Next, what do we have? Transition delay. Transition delay. I'll make it as something like 2 seconds. Okay, delay in the sense it is going to make some delay. After 2 seconds, it is going to get started. Okay, next, transition duration. When it comes to transition duration, how much time it should happen? Like 5 seconds. Okay, it should complete overall things in the whole thing in 5 seconds. Next, transition timing function. This idea on transition timing function. When it comes to transition timing function, we can make it as linear. We have, what is this? We have ease in, ease out, and linear. Okay, what is this ease in? Ease in the sense it is going to start slow. Okay, ease out in the sense it is going to low. See, ease in the sense it is going to start slow and initially it's gonna pick the speed. Ease out in the sense it is going to go fast. When it comes to in the end, it is going to gradually decrease the speed. Okay, like when you are riding the bike. Okay, are we in the initially how we are going to ride first gear? It is we are going to slowly and we gradually increase the speed. And when we needs to stop somewhere, okay, we will be slowing it down. Okay, that is what this ease in and ease out. When it comes to linear, the combination of both ease in and ease out is called nothing but linear. Okay, next, transition timing function. Now we'll try to add it on hover. Okay, for this section I'll try to make it as hover of what I'm gonna do is I'll try to add border of 10 px solid red or green. Okay, next I'm gonna add some background color of something like yellow. Okay, now I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna reload this. Okay, now I'll try to check is that happening, but it is not happening. Like on hover it is like immediately happening, but we have written something which is not working now. We'll try to check why it is not working. Okay, okay, it is working, but excuse me. See, if you try to check out there, what is happening?
Blue, sir.
By default it is blue color. Okay, but when we hover on it,
It's coming into green.
coming to green, but the background color is immediately happening. Okay, for that what we are needs to do, we need to add, if it needs to be in the transition, we need to add in transition property, we need to pass background color as well. GROU and background color. Okay, background. So that background color of yellow. Now if you try to have a look. Okay, what is happening? Like it is taking time and it is going to start the transition. See, and also see is in. Now if you hover on it, see it is like it is going to start after 2 seconds and the duration is going to be 5 seconds. Okay, it is going to take 5 seconds to complete it. And if you remove it also, it is not going to like just immediately vanish it off. Okay, it is going to the same way, it is going to take its time.
So if we don't have the second, sir, then
Here, seconds.
if we don't.
It is going to start immediately. If you are not going to pass time, it is going to start immediately.
No default.
If you want some delay, then only we want this, or else not required. Okay, transition duration in the sense how much time you want. 10 seconds. It is going to take 10 seconds to complete overall thing. Okay. Next, transition function. You have is in. Okay. If you see, immediately it is going to like change. I mean, start slow and increase its speed. See, in the end, I think we cannot observe now. Yeah, but that is how it is work. Okay, is in, is out, and linear is combination of both. Okay, understood. Now, okay, we are writing this in this way. Okay, this is the properties. If you understand this, is there any complexity to know? No complexities, like just that as properties to remember. Transition property in a sense, the which property you needs to change. Okay, and or else I'll write like a given height of 100 px. I'll try to add height as well. Okay, and here I'll try to add height of something like 200 px. It is increasing its height or not? It is taking its time and it is increasing. See, if I remove also, it is going to grow slowly. Okay, what are the properties you, I mean, which properties you want the transition, you need to just add it over here. Understood? Next property is transition delay. How much seconds you want your delay, and the transition duration, how much time you want, and the transition timing function is going to be like in what way you want, slow or fast, how you can decide it over here. Understood? In it, is this going to support, this came in CSS3. Okay, is this going to support in all the browsers? Okay, no, because in our I mean advanced browsers, like those who have updated the browsers, okay, for that browsers only it is going to be compatible. Okay, if the other browsers, like some browsers will not work. Okay, yeah, those browsers on the top browsers it is going to work. Okay, we can't say like if they are not updated, okay, then only it is not going to support, or else it is going to support. Okay, if it is not supporting in the sense for some specific browsers, okay, in some specific devices, then we need to write a few things. The same thing we need to write it as WebKit. We call it as WebKit. We need to write this way. Okay, if we write this way, it is going to support. Okay, for the browsers. Okay, if this is like this is for Chrome. WebKit. This we call it as browser specific or vendor specific. WebKit. Okay, and WebKit. Okay, this is how you need to write. For Opera browser, we need to pass O here. Okay, O. Okay, for IE Explorer, IE. Okay, for other browsers like MS, Microsoft Edge, MS. Okay, in this way we need to write. Okay, for Chrome, WebKit is for Chrome. Understood? Now we try to talk about animations. Animations also works the way like it is also going to have the same 4 properties. Okay, but with it is going to work in a little bit different way. Okay, I just want to paste it over here, and show all things animation. Any doubts in transition? Animation dot animation already written. By dot HTML. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is for the same section, I'll just reload this, open in default browser. Okay. Inside this, I'll just do a few things. I'll remove all this. Okay. Now what are the things we need to do? I'm going to give width as well. Width of something like 100 px. Okay. And width height, I'll make this as dashed or solid. Okay. Now I'll try to remove and reload. I'll remove this one. These things will not necessary. And solid, I will make it this border radius. We'll make it a circle. Border radius. Border radius, something like 100 px, 10 px, 20, 30. Okay, it is 130 or 121, like 80 px. Border radius of 80 px. Okay, save. Now we'll try to write the properties. Animation name. Animation name. What is the animation name? We'll make it as rolling. Okay. Animation delay. In the place of transition, we are going to add animation. Animation delay. 2 seconds animation. Duration. Okay. I'll make it as 5 seconds. Next, animation dot timing function. I'll make it as linear. Okay, you can also pass ease in or ease out, not a problem. Animation iteration count. Okay, we'll make it as something like 2. Okay, now what we are going to do, if you wants to work this, if this has to be working, for that what I need to do, inside this I will try to add some image. Okay, src is equals to what is the image we have. Here inside this folder we have anything, something like road. Okay, or else we can have any cat or dog. I will try to download one image. Save image as, I'll save it. Tom Jerry. Okay, or Gia Hackett. And the extension is going to be JPG. Here, Tom and Jerry dot JPG. Okay, we haven't added the path. Inside the images, // is this the right way? It is exactly then. Inside images. Oh, we need to come out of it. So we need to come out of it. Images. Okay, now it is working, but it is taking too much of size. But so that we'll restrict with img. Okay, now it is fine. Now what we are going to write at the rate keyframes. What we are going to do? What is our animation name? Rolling. That is what we have kept here, right? Animation name. Keyframes. Now 0%. Somewhere we have used percent, right? CSS. Oh, no. I need to open this again. %. Okay, what we are going to do? Transform. Which property is this? Transform in the sense which we have added here, right? Now for this, what I'm gonna do? Scale. Scale. What is the scale doing here? It is going to, we are going to give in points, so that 1.5 comma 1.5. Okay, we are just increasing it. Next, I'll just copy this to 100%. Okay, here I'll make it as like as usual, no, or else I'll make this as 0.5. Here I'll make it of 0.5, and here it is 1.5. Okay, I'll try to save it and we'll try to reload. Nothing is happening. So I'll try to check what it is not happening. Keyframes rolling. Rolling is the correct way. Rolling and keyframes. Section image border. Okay, this is fine. Transform scale 1.0 animation, iteration count, timing function, animation duration. Okay, everything is fine. Yeah, it is happening. Okay, the loading effect. Okay, what it is doing? It is just skew in the sense how the scale is going to work. It is going to increase it, right? And how many times it has done? 2 times, because we have given the 1 and 2. Okay, just give me a second. I'll just update my next batch timings. Now it is going to do 2 times, count of 2. Now what I'm gonna do is I'll make it as rotate. Rotate, the same thing, rotate. Okay, save, reload. We should pass it in degrees, right? And 90 degrees. or else it is going to be like 0 degrees to something like 90 degrees. Okay, it started rotating, so it is going to rotate to only 90 degrees. Okay, if you want whole in the sense 180. Okay, if you want the complete 360. Tell you 363. I close that again. Okay. Here I'll try to make it as 360. Okay. It is going to rotate 360 degrees. And how many times? 1 and 2. Stop. Now I don't want like 2 times. I want infinite times. Finite. It is going to rotate infinite times. It keeps on rotating. Okay. Iteration count. FIN and IT. One, 2, and 3, and it keeps on rotating. Okay, these are all the animations, and this is also the same way how it is going to work. Animation name. Okay, you need to name something. Okay, and the animation delay at how many times, how much seconds it should be delayed, and animation duration. Okay, how much time it is going to be. Animation timing function. Okay, linear or what, like I said, is in or is out. Animation iteration count. It is going to be how many times it is going to do, or if you want continuously, it is going to use infinite. And this is at the rate of keyframes, and for what are all the values, like how the animation should be. Okay, I have already shown you. You can use all these things: transform, rotate, skew, scale. Okay, any of this. Translate. Okay, you can use any of this. It is going to work accordingly. Background color of orange, and transform, rotate. Okay, if you want like scale, skew, according to that you're gonna pass it. Okay, that is how this animation is going to work.
So for the property we only rolling.
No, you can change that. Okay, it's up to you. Whatever the name you give, you needs to pass here. That's it. Here is it. Here. Okay, whatever you name out there, you need to give it here. The same thing which you have given here, it should be given here. Understood?
Yes, sir.
ఎక్కడ ఇదా this is going to be from 0% to 100%. Okay, how it is going to, which animation should be working. Okay,
చేంజ్ చేస్తే మళ్ళీ అక్కడ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది.
Next, any doubts in transition, transform, animation? Hello? Sure. I don't know. Okay. Any doubts? Like today, you try to practice this animation, transition, and animation. I mean, these 3. Okay. You try to if you go to W3 schools, you will find a few more examples. You can explore more, try to understand it, okay, and try to wrap this up. Okay, HTML and CSS. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, your bootstrap is going to start. Okay, I think I'll not be available for this week. Someone is going to replace me for this week. Okay, so you can like go with that flow. They are going to like take you there. Okay, maybe like you try to practice this. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, your bootstrap is going to start, and also have a brief understanding about bootstrap before jumping into it. Okay, either bootstrap or JavaScript. According to the schedule, we will update you. Okay, so that I will update in the group so that we can follow, go with that. Understood? Chalo. And these recordings will be available